Hey, this is Brian. I run turfmechanic.com, and this video is all about cutting your grass short, maybe too short. That is some pretty good looking grass. This was last cut 5 days ago, so it's desperately in need of a haircut. But this grass does not have a deep layer of thatch in it, so it's growing quite healthy. When I cut it low, it looks good. Over here, however, there's a lot more thatch in this. So when I cut it low, it scalps. Some might call that too low, but honestly, if you were able to pull all of the matting out from underneath, it wouldn't be that low at all. It'd be the same thing as over here. Here's another area. I just recently posted a video on removing the thatch layer and why it's important. So you can see, oh, here's a really good spot. Look at this. So these grass blades, I really scalped this thing down low. I've been trying to bring the grass down to a much lower level. This was sodded years ago, and I cut it really, really high on the highest setting of my mower. But look at this, right in here. This is after taking thatch rakes to this. There's just, I mean, this is just like, it's like hair. It's like fuzziness. This is not healthy, because it's hard for water to penetrate that, or nutrients to penetrate it when I go and try to fertilize it or put anything on top of it. Honestly, can't get down there. And when you cut it low, which is the plan for this year, I don't want to cut it like crazy low, but when I cut it low, I don't want it to scalp like this. So here's the question of the day. How low is too low, and how do we go low without this happening? I suppose another follow-up question to that is, cutting it this low, will it recover? Will it recover on its own, or do we have to do anything special to make it recover? Here are a few pictures from my lawn on April 23rd, 2020. In each of these pictures, the grass was recently cut at the 1.5 inch setting on my lawnmower, the exact same setting. You can see the first two pictures, the grass does not look healthy because of the thick matted layer of thatch, which you can see between the grass blades at the tip of my finger. This is after taking a thatch rake to it. The first pass of the thatch rake really removed a lot of the dead grass sitting on top of the thatch layer. The next time I go through it, I'll have to actually dig in deep to try to actually pull thatch out of the grass so that the grass blades can breathe and grow healthier. And when I cut at this height, the grass actually stays healthy. In the second two pictures, you can see the grass looks much healthier, predominantly because there is no thatch underneath the grass blades. I can put my finger between the grass blades and get it all the way down to the soil with very little trouble at all. Anyway, if you're looking to cut your grass low, or if you have cut your grass low and it's looking like it's too low, like you're damaging it. This is my big dog Wilson. He had a little minor surgery on his leg a few days back, so he's in the cone of shame. All right, go on. Oh, go on. Anyway, here you go. Why don't you sit next to me? There you go. So if your grass is looking like you damaged it because it's getting cut too low, for one, in this situation, I got to really clean up all of this thatch problem. I mean, it is, I say thatch a lot, it's a mat of material that does no good whatsoever to this lawn. If I were to let this just grow for a while, it might look healthy, but it just isn't. I mean, you cannot get to the soil. So that's my problem. That's what I'll be cleaning up this year. But even if you don't have that problem and you cut too low, it will grow back on its own, so long as you keep watering it, if it's not too stressed out from heat or drought. But you will continue to stress it out if you let it grow back a lot and then cut it way back down again. So just imagine cutting it on like the lower setting of your lawnmower every 2 weeks during the growing season. It's just not healthy at all, and slowly you're just kind of killing your lawn. In this situation, I cut this down, I scalped this down to the lowest setting on my lawnmower. Now it's still a little long, you just can't really tell because you can't get down to the soil. But when you cut it really low and it starts growing back, this is 5 days of very early spring growth. So all of this stuff, there's little tiny grass blades that are green coming up on top. You got to keep cutting it frequently. You just can't let this thing grow super high before you hack it back down to the ground. So it will recover. You can cut it extremely short. Most grass types want to be cut kind of in that 2 to 3 inch range, but if you're going to cut it really low or too short, you've got to keep at it, cutting it frequently so that you can train those grass blades to a new height. Now for me, I'm going to keep pulling all this thatch out of the ground and continue cutting it on that low setting, and slowly throughout the spring season this is going to breathe better. There's going to be less material between the blades. The blades are going to get trained lower, and it will come back and look nice, like that little section over there under the tree that I showed you. All right, since I recorded that video, I have maintained my lawn at the lowest setting on my rotary mower for 2 years now. Currently, I'm sitting on my lawn in the middle of January, and it still looks really good. I can guarantee you, if you start cutting your lawn really short, really regularly, it will bounce back and will be retrained to that new level. Now, if you accidentally cut like a small little spot of your lawn super short, just make sure to give it a little bit of water, baby it a little bit. It'll bounce back. Just don't do it over and over and over again on accident. And for those of you new to this channel, I teach people how to take care of their lawn. That's what I do. Up here in the corner is my video all about repairing your lawn without spending any money on products, just doing the basics. Watch that video. It will help you on your lawn care journey, and it's not going to sell you on any products whatsoever.